So we're in Kuala Lumpur, Malaysia, for that time of year when we like to be here for Chinese New Year. And Chung's with family right now, but we wanted to see our friend Taylor. He used to live in 𝐵City, which is a building we really love and a neighborhood we really love. But he just moved apartments, and he's got a luxurious apartment. And so I wanted you guys to be able to see what a very nice apartment costs, because I'm going to be talking just about how much inexpensive stuff is. So let's go knock on his door and see what he's getting and how much he's spending for it. So this is his door. Let's see.
Hey Dan, how are you?
Taylor.
Good to see you again.
Nice to see you too.
Come on into my new apartment.
It's been a couple of years.
Yes, it has.
Nice to see you again. And you've moved. Look at this place.
Yeah, I love it. I'll give you a tour.
Okay.
So this is the entrance hall and the powder room as you just come in.
Right.
And then the kitchen.
Wow.
And the laundry's beyond there.
Yeah.
And then the living dining room.
Right.
Okay. And This is the living and dining room.
Right.
And this apartment, it came unfurnished. So This is all my furniture.
Wow. Look at this place, Taylor. Man, this is really beautiful and luxurious.
Thank you.
How many square feet is this place?
It's 1,100 square feet.
That's beautiful. Wow. Look at the city view here. Oh, that's the KL Towers over there, isn't it?
Yes.
Wow. At night it must be mind-blowing too, right? With all the lights.
It was great for New Year's.
Oh, I'll bet. All the fireworks.
Incredible.
Yeah. Wow. So you bought all this furniture, haven't you?
Yes, it's all locally sourced in Malaysia.
Right.
So
it's really beautiful.
I had some from my last apartment because it was also unfurnished.
Right. Right. Wow. It's so spacious.
Yeah, I like it. It's particularly wide. A lot of the units, I'm sure you know, since you've stayed in a lot of places here in Malaysia, are very narrow living rooms.
Yeah,
you know?
Yeah. This is really nice for entertaining, isn't it?
Mm-hmm.
It's
very
really
spacious.
Wow. It's a beautiful apartment. 𝐵City is one of my favorite buildings, but this is a step above, isn't it?
It is. It really is.
Yeah. So what do you have?
This is the second bedroom.
Okay.
That I use as a den.
Right.
But this is a day bed, so it can be made into a bed.
Wow, this is nice.
Yeah.
Wow. The fans in every room.
One thing I like about this apartment so much is that it has windows on all three sides. So it doesn't touch any other units except for the floors and the ceiling.
Yeah, above and below you. Wow, this is so nice.
This is my walk-in wardrobe. It's funny to have...
Is that a wall, a wardrobe?
Yes.
Wow.
It's funny to have more storage space than I need.
Yeah.
It's the only time in my life I've ever lived anywhere that had more storage space than I need.
There's more on this side. Wow.
Yeah, I use this for linens and things.
Wow, it's really nice.
And then the bathroom.
Right. Wow, it's very nice.
Bathtub.
Oh, a bathtub in Asia. Look at that.
Yeah, it's pretty rare. And it's actually big enough for me. My stomach doesn't quite get all underwater, but it's not bad.
It's great.
And this is the bedroom.
Okay. Wow, more view. Look at this.
The same view as the living room.
Wow. This is plush.
And they put all the space in this apartment in the living area. The bedrooms are not bad, but they're not huge. But
no,
this is all you need.
It's a nice sized bedroom. It's more than enough. You got a chair in here and a bookshelf.
Yeah, and this is a king size bed, so
that'll give you an idea how big this room is. Yeah. And I see you've got this, what do you call it, forced air AC? Is that what that is?
It's central air, yeah.
Central air, wow.
It's 2 units, one for the bedrooms and one for the living area.
Wow, so nice.
And then this door goes back out to the living area.
Okay. Wow.
But I usually keep it closed.
I really like the layout, how they've, like you said, they put in a lot of space in the living area, so you have It's great for entertaining. And I don't know, there's something about when I'm in a place that has this much space, it just feels, I don't know, more luxurious or something, you know?
Yeah, absolutely. And they didn't waste any space on hallways. You know, you don't have to go down to the hallway to the bedroom.
Right.
So, yeah.
It's so nice.
I absolutely love it. I've been here 6 months now.
So, this place is beautiful. What's the damage like per month for something this nice in Kuala Lumpur?
Well, amazingly, it's 2,800 ringgit a month, which is about $620 a month.
Wow.
Now, it's an exceptional bargain. Don't think you're going to find another one like this. Most of them, and I think you probably know this, and I don't know about other countries in Asia, but in Malaysia, almost all the rental apartments come furnished.
Yes.
And you pay extra for that.
Right.
So the furnished ones in this building are like 3,500 a month.
Right. Yeah. Is the furniture, it's probably not as nice as this though.
No, it's usually all IKEA.
Okay. Yeah. Yeah, this is very nice job you've done with decorating this. So,
Thank you.
Yeah.
And I started to buy some decent Oriental rugs and stuff like that.
Yeah, so 620. Is that like a 2-year lease or?
I have a 2-year lease with an option for the 3rd year.
Okay, good.
So yeah, I felt comfortable enough to do 2 years, and then I guess that option for the 3rd means it'll stay at the same rent for the 3rd year.
Okay. And so that is your rent. What are your utilities like in a place like this?
Well, it's just all I pay. Well, I pay electric and water and sewer. The electric runs about 250 ringgit a month, which is $60, something like that.
Right.
And the water is negligible. It's like $5 or less, and the sewer is like 30 ringgit every few months. It's, you know, so those don't even really count.
Right. Well, it just feels like so much more space here, and than your. I thought your last apartment had a lot of space, but this has more.
Yeah, that was 910 square feet, and this is 1,100. So.
Right, and you know, for Asia, this is a lot of square footage, and we're in the capital city here, and we're really close to the KL Towers and the Syria Mall and all that, which is
it's about 2 miles.
Yeah, and that's probably the highest cost part of the city, I would think.
Mm-hmm.
And you have this beautiful view, so it's really.
It's not the greatest neighborhood as far as walking around, trying to go to local things. You know, I have a Vespa, so that's how I get around, and that solves the problem. So.
Yeah, so you have a Vespa. That's great. So I'm trying to remember. I think you've been in Malaysia now. How many years is it?
10 years.
10 years.
7 years in Penang and 3 years here in KL.
Right. And what are some of the differences between those two cities in your mind? Like what kind of people would think maybe more comfortable in Penang versus KL? What are some of those differences?
I think if you just prefer a city, you're going to like KL better. I actually prefer the lifestyle in Penang. It's just slower. It's easier to get around, I think. Like, I've been here 3 years already.
Yeah.
But I don't know my way around at all. It's one of the most confusing cities I've ever been in. You know, and I'm really good at finding my way around.
Yeah.
But it's easy to get lost here. And everybody uses their GPS, and I don't have anything on my bike to use that. So, yeah, I know the area about 3 miles around my apartment, but beyond that, I take a Grab.
Yeah, we use Grab, and the Grab is so cheap here.
It's pretty good. It's pretty good. Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, the Grab from our apartment to here, to give you an idea, was 7 ringgit, and that's over where your old apartment was.
Well, I think that's probably the lowest price.
Yeah. It can go up from there.
Yeah.
In rush hour and whatnot.
You actually could have walked, but it was too confusing to show you how to get there because you go through this little path.
Oh.
I can show you how to go back that way if you want to walk.
Yeah. We'll see. So you're saying Penang is a little more walkable city? Is that it?
It's just easier to get around. It's smaller. like the furthest, from one end of the island to the other, would take you no more than 30 minutes. And here, you could drive an hour to get somewhere, easily and more. So, and that keeps me from seeing a lot of it. Like the video I did last week was on a beautiful house here that was in a close-in suburb, but I had never, ever been anywhere near it. And I was really impressed. I liked it. It was walkable. It would be perfect for me, but I'm here with my lease now, so.
Yeah, of course. Yeah, we were just in Penang before we came to KL, and we walked everywhere. I mean, we were not far from the Georgetown area. I think it was only 1.2 kilometers. I don't even know what that is in miles anymore, but in a half mile maybe. Yeah. And it was a nice walk. It has those old colonial buildings and stuff. And when we're in KL, we stay in that Ampang area behind New Rao. We're in we used to stay in M City, but lately when we try to book there, it's always fully booked. We stay in one behind there, but they have that village grocery. They have that Chinese grocery behind it.
Yes, those are the two places I still shop.
Yeah.
So, but it just takes me less than 5 minutes on my bike.
Yeah. So they're both convenient and they're both walkable neighborhood-wise for us whether we're in Penang or we're here. But Chung likes Penang more, and I like KL more because I'm more of a city person. I don't know. I like at night to see when the lights come on in buildings like this. It's really,
I love my view here, and at night it's spectacular. It's just amazing.
Yeah. And so 3 years here now. So is there a difference? Do they both feel about as safe to you? Do you notice any difference in safety?
Not really. I think all of Malaysia is just really safe. I mean, way, way better than the U.S.
Yeah, clearly. Of course, the U.S. has areas that are safe, like it, but overall, when I feel much safer in Malaysia. It's much more comfortable for me to be here. I'm not looking over my shoulder
exactly
as much. So.
Yeah. It's just a different environment completely. The mindset is totally different.
Right.
Everyone's just calmer and kinder, I think.
Yeah, and I've noticed if you're just walking down the street and someone's walking towards you and you give them a smile, you get a smile right back. It's not like
they're not afraid you're going to mug them.
Plus it's like an ear-to-ear smile, like it's authentic. They're like, wow, that person's smiling at me, I'm going to smile back.
I know. I'm pretty much an introvert, so I need to do more of that. I'm like, I don't chat with people in the elevator and stuff like that, and I should. They're my neighbors.
Yeah.
I find when I do, they're very friendly.
Yeah, of course. So you've been here 10 years, so that means you've renewed your visa several times?
No, actually, my first visa it's MM2H, Malaysia, my second home. It was for 10 years.
Oh, wow.
Now they've changed the program and it's only for 5, but I just renewed it and I got 5 more years, and 5 years is good.
Yeah.
So, yeah, you can just relax after you get the renewal,
Yeah. When I come to Malaysia, it's usually just for a month or two, and they give me 90, so I'm never really pushed for time. But if you're going to park it somewhere, that's a nice feeling to have a 5-year period like that.
Absolutely.
So Taylor, when you're in Malaysia and you need to go buy something, do you find that you're pretty much able to buy what you could in your home country, whatever it is, like malls and shoes and furniture, and do you feel that this country has the brands and the quality and all that, or do you feel like it's more of a step down quality and availability wise?
No, I think you can get pretty much anything you want here that you can get in the U.S. There's some food items I have a little bit of trouble finding, but I can usually order them online, But no, I think the quality is pretty good. A lot of, most of my furniture is manufactured in Malaysia, although the cabinet behind you is from India. But yeah, I think the quality is just as good, and of course the prices are way better. Now they do have Ashley Furniture here, which is a big U.S. company,
right?
But that tends to be a little more expensive.
I bet it is. Yeah. Yeah, like this piece, you told me this couch was 4,000.
4,000 ringgit, yeah.
I can't imagine, I mean, this quality like this for...
It's really solid too.
Yeah, it's a good looking piece of furniture. It's built well. Yeah, I don't think you could do that in the U.S.
I've talked about this on my channel, but I think the main thing, and it's probably just mostly being in a city, is that I'm used to, in the U.S., being able to just go where I want, and there'll be a big parking lot right in front, and you just park there and go in, and it's not like that here. In fact, very oddly, I think, most grocery stores are in the mall.
Yeah.
And, you have to park in mall parking to go grocery shopping. Now, I don't, and you don't, because the Village Grocer's not in a mall. But yeah, most of them are. And that's just an added hassle to have to park in the mall parking to go to the grocery store.
Yeah.
So I don't like that, but you get used to it.
Yeah, like I was saying, we like to shop in that Chinese grocery store that's even like a block away from the village. Because the prices seem a little lower than Village there.
The wine is like 10 ringgit less for each bottle.
Yeah, and they have much of the same things, but just lower prices. And they do a pretty good job of selecting what to stock. Because it's not as big as the Village Grocer, No,
not at all. It's tiny. But yeah, you're right. I find just about everything I need there. But there is sometimes I have to go to the Village Grocer.
Yeah.
They just have some item. They have more selection, but it's a wonderful little neighborhood market.
10 years now in Malaysia.
Yeah, I'm never going back. In fact, I used to have a condominium in Florida that I rented out. I bought it initially as an escape in case things didn't work out here. I would have a place to go back to. But believe it or not, on my income, I couldn't afford to live in that condominium even though it's fully paid for and I had no mortgage.
Wow.
The condo fee there is as much as I pay in rent here, so.
Oh, wow.
It's crazy.
That tells the whole story.
So I recently sold it over the holidays, and I didn't get as much for it as I expected, but I think it was because it had just had 2 hurricanes in a row. Now, my condo wasn't damaged, so I was lucky, but that also helped sell it. And unbelievably, the first person who looked at it bought it, so that was easy.
So it wasn't rented out?
My tenants moved, and I decided to just sell it rather than get new tenants.
Right. Do you think you'll buy here, or you'd like renting?
Well, I'm thinking about it now because I have that money from selling mine, and I would have enough to pay cash for a place here. Not this place. It wouldn't be as nice as this.
Yeah.
Probably a 1-bedroom, and not nearly as nice.
Right.
But not having any rent would be good because the maintenance fees or the condo fees here are way, way less than they are in the U.S.
So Andrew, the way that I met you is you have a YouTube channel, and we were staying just a few blocks from you, and you on one of your videos, you had a video of your apartment over at the 𝗵𝐶ity, and I was like, there's a guy over at the 𝗵𝐶ity, and of course that was our first interview. And so tell people, what is your YouTube channel about? What do you like to share, and what's the name of it?
Well, it's just called Andrew Taylor. And if you do a search, if you put Andrew Taylor Malaysia, it'll come up. But I started it out of boredom 2.5 years ago, and it took off right away. I just was talking about living here as an expat in Malaysia and retiring to Malaysia. Yeah. And then just the other day, the Business Insider magazine did a story about me, and I've been flooded with new subscribers, so that's great.
Yeah. So Business Insider is the name of the magazine, right?
Yes. And
what's the name of the articles that they want to Google Business Insider?
I don't know. It just says something about $620 a month apartment. But I think if you just Google my name, it would probably come up, Andrew Taylor.
Right.
A reporter from Business Insider Singapore just contacted me and had seen my channel and wanted to interview me. Her name's Amanda. She was wonderful.
Oh, that's great. To hear more people tell how they retired overseas in paradise for pennies, come to Vagabond Awakes YouTube playlist and click our guest star playlist and see them tell their stories of overseas life. Click the video in the upper right-hand corner of your screen right now to watch our guest star playlist.